There are two things you really need to know about Life Max from WOOW. It has a great battery life and it's cheap. For some, that will be reason enough to consider a purchase, especially as it does also come with a 5.5-inch screen, fingerprint sensor and dual SIM functionality. But as with any budget device, you'll need to be willing to make some rather large compromises to get that low price. One thing about the design that we don't like so much is the crazy positioning of just about everything. It's all topsy-turvy with the microSD port, not USB-C, on the top of the device and volume rockers on the right above the power button. Neither of these things are the end of the world, but it's confusing and can be irritating, especially changing the volume. Presumably this was something to do with cost saving, as it's hard to imagine anyone thought this would be an improvement. That IPS LCD screen is also pretty average. At 5.5 inches, it will give you plenty of real estate for a variety of tasks and it is fairly bright too. At 720p, 720x1280, it's certainly not as crisp as many others, though you need to look closely in order to tell. It should be fine for consuming media, even if it's not top of the line. One feature that WOOW seems keen to highlight is the 3D glass, but it's an incredibly tenuous claim and not one you'll notice during use. It's just that the screen is very slightly raised. Speaking of games and performance in general, the Life Max is certainly no powerhouse. Processing is taken care of by a quad-core 1.3 GHz CPU with a basic 2 GB of RAM. Graphics are handled by the Mali T720 GPU, which is a popular choice for budget phones coming out of China. WOOW is based in Miami but its hardware is currently produced in China. Benchmark scores put it significantly below even the Samsung Galaxy S5, so the CPU is far behind modern flagships. But for people who will just be using their device for Twitter and Facebook, this hardly matters. Mobile gamers will still be able to play most titles on the Play Store but should expect occasional stutters and lower frame rates when playing the most demanding 3D games on high settings. I also had a few games fail to launch that run fine on my other devices. I will say that rummaging through the UI isn't the most buttery smooth experience, either. You do get the occasional lags and there's a minor perceptible pause when trying to scroll through images in the gallery or switch between apps. It's certainly